saying, Inky Pinky Polly Boo. How do you do, all your buffaloes? How do you do? How do you do? How do you do, all your buffaloes? How do you do? How do you do? It's the same old sweet refrain that the buffaloes won the game. How do you do, all your buffaloes? How do you do? Oh, buffaloes never die, never die, never die. Oh, buffaloes never die. They simply fade away. They simply fade away. They
Welcome to AFL NT's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 14 clash from TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country, where Darwin Buffaloes will take on Southern Districts. My name is Paul Maher, and today I am joined by Lockie Humphrey. How excited are you today for this early morning kick the dew off the ground battle, Lockie?
Yeah, it should be interesting, Paul. As early as it is still a really tightly contested game today. Both sides 5 and 5 on the ladder. Crocs in 4th position, Darwin in 5th. So finals implications on the line certainly today. And yeah, really keen to get underway, Paul.
It's been a tough start to the year for the Buffaloes, who managed just 2 points in a 64-point loss to the undefeated Nightcliff Tigers last week. Heartbreak again last week for the Crocs, who went down by 9 points to the Pint Queen Ants after leading for the majority of the contest. And both sides, plenty of grit and physicality, are expected in a fiercely competitive battle. Now, the loser of this one will sit 4 points above Wanderers, who are sitting in 6th, who take on St Mary's today. So a loss here to either side and a win to Wanderers will have them level pegging. So this game's probably got more importance on it than probably the rest of the season. Whoever wins is probably going to secure a spot.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. Massive game on the line for both sides. The early start underway here. Buffs v Crocs at TIO Stadium getting underway as the Buffs will try to get first hands on it, tapping it out at the middle there. No one with clear disposal yet. It's going to bounce out towards Forsyth, who gets the first disposal of the day. She'll work it out wide, bouncing in the direction there of Garling. She got picked up on and kicked inside. Plenty of Buffs there if they can hold on to it, and they do. So Darwin will get the first real disposal of the day, and they'll kick it out wide, just out of the hands of her teammate. Elects to go back inside. That was Barker, who couldn't get it far. Quick kick game up there from Ward, and it was a nice one at that. So it finds the chest there of Muckloss. We'll go in the Old House direction, but it wasn't to the favour. Look at the pick up there from Old House. Got the handball over the top. Put her teammate under a little bit of trouble. The kick will come out here from Barker going forward. It's a good kick in the direction there of Watkins, who just shuffled it forward. Buffs still working hard in there. If they can get a quick kick away. That one go through, it did. The quick start for the Buffs, the perfect one. They beat the goalkeeper and get the first inside a minute and a half, Paul.
Well, they just continue to push the ground, the intercept mark across half-back, Lockie, and then they just spread. Come to the grandstand side with a couple of easy possessions, uncontested. Molly Outhouse was really good, took the contest, got rid of her opponent, was managed to push the ball forward. And great kick towards the hot spot up in front of the goal square. She didn't go for goal, she just put it up in the air. And the small forwards did the rest.
Yeah, they did. And there was a Crocs defender on the line trying to stop any chance, but it dribbled straight past her, and that goal will go to Lisa Muckloss, who kicks the first for the Buffs and gets them underway with the hot start. All possessions early with the Buffs here at TIO Stadium as we're about to continue on. We'll get another stoppage in the middle of the ground. But you're right, Paul, they were just able to get it in there, create a bit of chaos, a few kicks to advantage, and it worked out that way. They're falling over her feet, now running away with it. There was Barker. She's been good early in the minute and a half. She gets it inside the forward 50. Bouncing ball again. We'll go in front of Watkins, who was tackled immediately. Just got the handball out there to Martins, who wasn't able to be clean with it. McLean was on her tail. Picking it up was Lachetti, and we'll get a ball up inside the Buffs forward 50, but winning the clearances early, Paul.
That was very good. She's good, Indy Barker. It comes up from Melbourne as a flying special for them, so she's on fire early, which is a good sign for Buffs.
Tackled immediately down there. Working it out was McLean, who was tackled. The pressure's been good from the Buffs, but that one just slipped high, so Bella McLean got to reload the Crocs. Nice kick. Just out of the back 50. So the Crocs played Pint last week. It was a low-scoring first half, but it came alive in the second, and Pint were just too good. Steph Lawrence and the rest were able to go with her and bounced away in the last quarter. But the Crocs certainly took it up to Pint last week, and it is proving to be a very tightly contested women's competition, Paul. But Nightcliff are certainly the ones to beat as we head home now in the last few rounds.
Well, sitting pretty up the top. They've beaten Everett, well, obviously undefeated, so they've beaten all in front of them. The point program last week, 8 debutants, which is massive at this time of the year. They've had some injury processes and some unavailabilities from some of their regulars. They've struggled for numbers down as far as their Div 2 side. But with 8 debutants last week in a game that was on the line for them, that was a great win.
Yeah, it was. They just got over the line late. And as I mentioned, their stars stood up as we see that one. Pressure on the kick. So we'll go back the way of the Buffs here. Artaluni blocked it off well here, Crocs. So this kick will go. Once again, Barker's down there, but cutting off nicely was Maddie Shaw. She continues to put together a really nice season. Hitting up her teammate in Whitaker, who goes forward. This quick play, beautiful kick in front of Twaddle now. She'll have players running back towards goal. One of them will be the captain today, in Isabella Boyd. She's got plenty of time and space. Trying to get out there was Abbott McCormack, but she wasn't able to chase her down. It's just bounced there in front of Gee, who had pressure on her, and forcing it out there was Campbell. So we'll get a throw in. Crocs first real time inside their forward 50.
That's as good as a possession, getting it in there and getting a stoppage inside the arc. So there was no lasso. So they've just got to get numbers in there now, Districts, and defensively they've got an extra sitting outside. What is the throw in?
Yeah, player just coming onto the ground. She's sitting all by herself. If they can get it in quickly here, bouncing towards Smith, who was tackled as she kicked, dragged down, but umpire's letting it go as it bounces out towards the boundary line. Pick up, and the Buffs will clear the area for now. Sitting under it there is Smythe. She's got to go back and does well. So where can she get it rolling? Nice kick.
They get repeat inside 50s here, they'll be right. Put some pressure on.
Plenty of targets inside that forward 50. Obviously missing Caitlin O'Keefe today, but Harris was the target. Free kick wasn't paid, so running out again was India Barker, who kicked down the line and was able to find Martins, who goes inside. They're not wasting any time here, the Buffs. Continue to go down the line here, looking for Slawinski. She pick it up, got plenty of Crocs to deal with. They came across. Slawinski still going in, it'll bounce inside 50 and we'll get a stoppage, but good result there for the Buffs as they lead by a single goal.
Yeah, a couple of uncontested possessions there through the middle of the ground. That's got to have Crocs on the edge. Oldhouse takes it out of the ruck contest, bouncing towards an open goal, and it's still in, or is it hit the post? No, it's kicked off the ground. That's a goal, wowee.
Liz Watkins.
Well, Molly Althouse, she's just take that strength for her is just to push her opponent out of the road and take that ball out of the contest. True bounce, that's pretty good based on the amount of rain that we've had lately, is the sensational play.
Yeah, you're right. Oldhouse almost trickled it through, and Watkins cleaned up the mess and just had all the time in the world to soccer it through. The perfect start for the Buffs, 7 minutes gone. They get their second goal through Liz Watkins on the goal line, and starting the Crocs, just looking for answers. They're not the hottest team at the start of games. Even against Tiwi a few weeks ago, just let them into it early. So back in the middle, Slawinski lost her footing. Picking up and running through was Forsyth, who got it moving forward again, just over the head of Twaddle, who may have been pushed in the back. She was. So Kate Twaddle will get the ball back.
Repeat inside 50s for District as well, and then the ball came out, Buffs, and they scored pretty much straight away. So that's wasted opportunities there from Districts.
Yeah, you're right. Weren't able to hold possession in their back half. And been able to do so far. Going in again was Forsyth, who is taken care of. So she'll get another free kick. Can they find a target now? They've got plenty in there, including Harris and Whitaker. No doubt there'll be key factors today as this ball goes over the head of Harris, bouncing there towards Smith. She will try to find that right boot. Handball over to Harris, just missed her. Still plenty of options here, going back towards Smith. Just got the handball out, shoveled it wide to Neal. Smothered again. Pressure on here, though, for the Buffs. They've got to defend for the first real time today. Kicking away was Wills. Through the area momentarily. Forsyth going back again. Picking up and getting it to Young. A lot of pressure here from the Buffs, though. Not allowing clean disposal, and they'll get a stoppage. Good pressure from the Buffs.
There's that scoreboard pressure already. Lockie is starting to tell, even though we're only halfway through the first quarter, but the 2 goals the Buffs have got, it's going to have districts chasing scoreboard all day.
Yeah, the Buffs not able to kick a goal last week against Nightcliff. It was by 64 points, but they've kicked 2 quick ones here, and this one bounces out towards Old House again. She'll ask the umpire the question. I will say that he's holding the ball, so Buffs looking good early here. They've got players coming at them down the line. Do just that, finding the chest here. Go again. Just bouncing over the head of the teammate there in Martins. Crocs clean it up and go through the middle. Now they've got numbers if they can go quickly. Twaddle. Got a player on the far side there in Shaw. She's got an absolute paddock here. Maddie Shaw dropped the mark, and now players from the bench will apply the pressure as she goes down the line. Good spoil coming across there, but was still able to hold on to it with Smith. She's a beautiful kick of the footy as she goes inside. Harris is over the top if we can find her, just dropping the mark back there. Garling's got plenty to deal with here as she kicks away, bouncing out towards Barker, who holds on to it. Good defending again from the Buffs, just clearing the area. Finding Corbett. Got Smith to deal with, but once again Barker cleaning up. Dangerous kick into the middle of the ground. 3-on-1 here for the Crocs. Is it poor tackle. Handballing up now. Mulverhill kicks inside, but the Buffs once again, Paul.
Yeah, well, they wasted opportunities, districts. They've gone inside 50 twice now in the last minute, and they're going to do it again, but they're not getting any traction. There's no movement there, or there's movement there now. The kick's not going to, it is going to get there. So finally somebody has put in some effort, and that's Harris, is made her way forward and then forced her way through the traffic into a gap. And it was a great kick also there from Smith that virtually put it on top of her head. So Crocs about 40 metres out, shooting for goal.
Harris is just going to fall short. Players on the line. Still pressure on here as they handball back. We'll get it going in the Barker direction again. We're hoping this one sits in. It won't. We could get a Lasso rule back. So
I think it just went over. Yeah, it did. It was on the other side of the 50-metre arc. She brought her own footy today, Indy Barker too, I think.
She's been good early. Finding plenty of it. So you see Kate Twaddle take a mark. She's probably just on her range too.
Slight breeze probably coming across the ground too from the old scoreboard into the grandstand at the moment. So it's not really going to help her.
Twaddle's kick. It's always going near side. So Crocs get their first score of the day. They've had a fair bit of the play in the last 5 minutes. Buffs have defended well, but how long they'll be able to do it for.
7 inside 50s, Lockie, for no score. That's going to get the coach worked up.
Yeah, it will. They have the targets in there as well. Harris, 14 goals to her name this season. Tied for third in the leading goal kicking. She's out the back here again. Just went over the top. There's plenty of Buffs girls there if they can get it out. Barker handballing to Wills, who will kick down the line now. Bouncing off hands. Going back Shaw again. Got the handball out, but Buffs. Slowinski's there. She's tackled immediately on the deck. Get a ball up. A good result for Darwin, who are having to defend, but they're doing well at the moment.
Yeah, they got a couple of goals on the board early, Lockie, and they've just managed to hold any Southern District's advance with some staunch defending.
Barker paddling forward. Luchetti bouncing it inside 50. Numbers once again with Darwin. Plenty of them there. They can just get the handball back. Wills feeds a handball out wide. That's a good one. Found Gonny on. who kicked it in the middle of the ground. Now they're on the buff. She might have went the wrong way. Rolling around was Ward, who had to go back towards the boundary, and he was under pressure. Lucetti can look back inside the middle of the ground, and when they open them up here, Crocs, they are out. Twaddle. The players over the top. Harris now can she find a target inside 50, looking for Whittaker just over the top of her. Was able to
nice
sit though for her teammate who rolled around.
Well,
Does that one go through? It does.
Well, that's a costly turnover from Buffs. Is just a bit of a hack kick coming down the wing, which was intercepted, and then they changed direction, which is every coach's wish, to change direction and cross through the centre of the ground, and they had 3 loose players. And then, rather than bomb long, Harris decided that she was going to try and hit a target and turned around inside the goal square and kicked a goal. So great play there by Districts.
Yeah, Jenna Gee back into the side this week, her second Premier League game of the season. Gets her first of the day. The Crocs get their first 2, and after a hot Buffalo start, it's been all Crocs in the last, I'd say, about 10 minutes or so, Paul.
Well, they're 8 inside 50s now with that goal, so up against 3 for Buffaloes.
Paints a picture, doesn't it?
A lot of footy, but it's taken them the best part of nearly 15 minutes to kick a goal.
Barker, instrumental early. Another clearance, top of the 50. Contest in there, kicking out. In the middle of the ground, they've got a player on, decides not to use her. She'll kick inside 50 now, bouncing out towards Grant. She pick it up cleanly. She'll look to get on her right boot. Does. Pings at goals. And pings truly.
Well, once again, Buffaloes, they just put it up into a windmill position, and Grant ran onto it, and she's been lively in the first 15 minutes of the quarter as well. And she was just able to run onto it in space, turn her opponent inside out, goal.
Yeah, Janara Grant played a lot of under-17s footy this year and was able to find her right boot. Got around the play, you could always see she was a chance there, and quickly the Buffs get the reply, and we approach 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. They lead by 11 points. Chris Atkinson will be really happy with his start from his girls.
Well, as we spoke about earlier, scoreboard pressure is massive in the Women's Premier League program, especially with the heat of the day, 9:30 in the morning. She's going to be a little bit steamy out there. That they've got to conserve some energy, and having that buffer early is going to be great for them.
Yeah, it will. Kick goes up the line, trying to sit under it was Martins. Bounced out wide now, Grady. She's got to sit and wait for it. Handball goes up. Seems like there's a lot more Buffs at the contest at the moment as it's kicked off the ground. Good pressure again from the Buffaloes. Barker going in. Tries to feed it out to Martins, who will now get on her right side. Up and under kick here. Crocs have to defend. Can't afford another one in this first quarter. Crawford will have to defend just in front of Nicklin here. She's held up. Well done there from Crawford. So we'll get a ball up with a minute to go in the first quarter.
So repeat inside 50s here for Buffs. They've got about a minute and kick a goal here. It's going to make a massive dent in Southern District's finals campaign.
It will all to play for today. Kick will bounce out here towards the wing. Looking forward as well, Paul. The Crocs don't play another top 5 side for the rest of the season. They've got Wanderers, Palmerston and Tiwi, so you could pencil them in for probably 2, if not 3 of those games. This one goes down the line, looking for Abbott McCormack. Buffs, however, have a tricky run home. They've got 2 out of their next 4 games playing top 5 opponents, so they'll love to get one over the Crocs here. This one goes the top. That's a big hit there on Macrolos. She's pretty sore after that one. Bouncing out towards the top of the 50 as the Crocs rebound, but it will matter for not much as the Buffs got the hot start there, kicking the first 2. Then it was all the Crocs in the next 5 minutes or so. They were able to get 1 on the board through Jenna Gee, but It was a beautiful goal there from Gennaro Ground late to assert the Buffs' dominance in that first quarter, Paul. 11-point leaders heading into quarter time.
Well, that's probably... I'm not sure it's expected. We knew that we were going to get a tight game. They were both sitting at 5 wins, well, 5.5 wins for the season. So, if anything, that's as level as anybody's going to get. Buffaloes have got the jump on them. Districts, as you stated before, Lockie, they do start slow. They started very slow last week in what was a goalless first half against Pint, but the week before against Tiwi, it was a half-time struggle, and then they broke away after that. You'd want to hope today that they've got that same sort of energy in them, that they're going to get to half-time and then pull the pin. Otherwise, this game could slowly creep away from them. So, goal scorers at this stage, Macrolos, Grant and Watkins for Buffaloes, and G is the sole goal kicker for Districts. Excitement is building for NTFL Representative All-Star Saturday at TIO Stadium on Jan 24. Leading the men's side, Ryan Ayres takes charge of the Heat. Lee Grossman leads the Spears, while on the women's side, Erica Rowe coaches the Spears. And ex-Nightcliff coach Shannon Miller commands the Heat, with coaches now locked in and rumours of squads could be announced as early as Monday. It's shaping up to be a huge showcase of the Territory's best talent and high-impact recruits in one unmissable day of football. That's quarter time here at TIO Stadium at Marara. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
God, Kaz has a lot of memories.
I come here every day for 20 years, 7 days a week.
As a teenager, we didn't have Facebook. Kaz was the meeting spot.
There would be many first dates that have walked this hall.
First kisses, first jobs.
So I had my first job here. Kaz Square is just iconic Darwin.
For me, it is the paradise on earth.
Your Kaz.
Your way.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 14 clash here at TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country. Darwin Buffaloes hold a 11-point advantage over Southern Districts. Lockie Humphries with me today. What are your thoughts after the first 18 minutes, Lockie?
Yeah, great start from the Buffs. They've looked really good in defence when they've had to defend for that sort of 10-minute period. Crocs, a little bit of a story of their first few weeks of the season, to be honest, Paul. Just haven't been able to put the score on the board. They've had the opportunities, just haven't really made them pay on the scoreboard. So if they can put that together, we've got a good game of footy here as we get back underway. Winning the tap there was Charlie Neal, replacing Bonnie Brown in the side today for the Crocs. Bouncing towards Rebel Brooker. Barker just getting a hand in again, but not enough to stop the Crocs from going forward. Bouncy ball. Fell on the chest there of Grace Whitaker, who will be able to go back and start hot here in the second quarter for Southern Districts.
Well, this is what they would have liked. A clearance of sorts. The ball bounced around, come off hands, but they finally got a quick kick out. And that's the advantage of playing in front, Lockie. I mean, every forward should be doing that. They shouldn't be running backwards. They should be running at the footy. As that kick's got more height than it has distance. Out of bounds.
Harris almost clutching onto that, but it'll go out of bounds. Not a horrible result here for the Crocs.
A little bit wind assisted now. The flags have changed direction towards the airport end, so it's going to favour that end, which is normally the scoring end here at TIO.
Throw in, we'll get it redone. So these two sides played earlier in the year, round 3. That was back in October. So the Crocs that won by 14 points on that occasion. Harris kicked 2 goals. And they won by the 2-goal margin in that one. It's the Buffs at the moment. Harris waiting for the footy. Crocs swooping on it. Been good in defence. The umpire will have this one back. We'll get a ball up.
Just got to keep it in there now, Crocs. You've got to put some massive pressure on. They need to get in and out number. That's what they need to do. There's probably way too many Buffaloes players standing too far out of the contest to try and nullify anything if Districts are going to get an opportunity here. As the tackle ball goes over the boundary line again for another throw-in, there'll be a free kick out of this.
Yeah, there will be multiple stoppages. We see Old House moving her way down there. Look for her to make an impact here. Trying to run through was Twaddle, who wouldn't get it cleanly. Eventually we'll get another stoppage here. So just a momentary reprieve for both sides. Bouncing out. Smith trying to soccer forward, but not far. Always the goalkeeper in favour there. That was Kiranua, who went wide. A little bit of a poor kick, put her teammate under a fair bit of pressure, but she did well to work it out down the line. Bouncing over the head there of Noble Webster, and the umpire's going to pay a holding the ball for a kick. The Buffs are confused by that one.
Well, she lifted her arms to try to get around, so that's your first attempt, really, isn't it? And if you get hung on to after that, you've got to get rid of the ball a lot quicker. It's one thing that the NTFL umpires that hot on up here is holding the footy.
So she's got players in the middle if she wants to go there. We'll look for the lead. Whitaker offered one. Now Smith in the pocket. That's where she'll go. We'll try to get it out the back, Smith. Edged her opponent under it. Well done in defending was my boy Hudson.
Oh,
got tackled immediately, and the umpire is hot on it. Smith taking the advantage. She could have gone back, almost holding on to it. It was Whitaker. The umpire might have paid that.
No player in front.
Buffs just getting away with it here. Kicking down the line, trying to get it out of there. Bouncing over the head of Watkins. Willoughby have to raffle it off with Forsyth, who's got Watkins to deal with. Went back and got it and got the handball out. She did well. Found Martins. Will have to pick up cleanly. Has Wills back behind her. Instead went to Martins, who was just fumbling at the wrong time now. Slawinski and Wills have got to ruffle it off, and Slinky Jr. will get the free kick. Where can she go here? Target's not really presenting for her down the line, so Crocs, who are really good at intercept marking, get it back now. Harris coming at the footy. Twaddle, Althouse pushed her under the back, and the umpire saw that one.
I don't think she was very happy about that either.
Althouse just calming herself down, letting emotions get ahead of her. Wycliffe game last week. It's a very hotly contested affair. Some suspensions coming out of that one, as we're going to get a throw up in the middle of the ground. It was at 6 o'clock on the Sunday last week, Paul. Different compared to 9:30 on the Saturday morning.
Yeah, totally different. I know what I'd rather be doing on 6 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon.
This ball will go towards Harris, who marks cleanly.
She's been good so far today. She just needs to be a bit more of a presence. She might be better off going deeper.
Yeah, you're right. Harris, Whittaker's usually the one that goes deep for the Crocs, but Althouse, guessing off that wasn't Althouse, sorry, she kicks out. Good tackle there coming from Rankin. The umpire will have that one back. But yeah, a short 6-day break for the Buffs compared to the 7-day break for the Crocs. Might play a factor later in the game. Bouncing off hands here. Roth is able to pick it up cleanly. Wills trying to find Althouse. She dropped it. Weaving through as Forsyth. And this will bounce out towards Whittaker, so she will look for her right boot. Has Smith on with the handball, who gets onto her right and pumps a snap. Looking for goal.
Great goal.
Kicking it.
Well, it was the damn ball had to break sooner or later, Lockie. I think that was. There was just so much forward pressure being put on by districts that there had to be an overlap there somewhere, and the ball just came out once again into that 30-metre distance out from goal, and there was districts players all over the place, and they were able to share it around, and the right foot snap for goal was sensational.
Taylor Smith, she is a star. What a goal. You always knew she was going to find the right boot, and she's dangerous when she does.
Well, took that extra step too, didn't she? It was just like, well, I'm not going to try and kick it hit the golf ball through the trees. I'm going to try and go around it. So she took a couple of steps, sold some candy, and straight over the goal umpire's hat. So we're back to a 5-point margin.
Yeah, next goal massive here, you would think. Barker try to make an impact here. Well, hasn't gotten even inside 50 yet for the Buffs in this quarter. Forsyth handballing up over the head there of Coghill. Get it forward again to Twaddle. She's really good at half forward flank. Loves to run down the line and find that connecting mark as she kicks it inside. Trying to go back there was Corbett. Switch the play here. Probably come back though by Boyd. She got the kick up, but no one was there, and the Buffs will pick it off again.
That was poor. She had plenty of time, so not a great deal of talk from the Crocs.
Harris, good smother there. Allows Young to put it inside. Whittaker will come from the back. Just got a fist in there. Good Shepherd coming from behind, but the pressure will be on this handball. They'll clear it again, but there's not much to go to as this one will bounce in front of Coghill. She just slaps it towards the boundary line. Little foot race on between her and Althouse, but eventually the boundary line will find it. I'm going to throw in.
That's still classed as a possession, isn't it? A punch.
The boundary umpire played the Lasso rule, but it wasn't a legitimate disposal, so we'll get a throw in. So Althouse, for her to try to take it out of the ruck here. Went over the top of her. Barker applying the tackle. Shaw picking up and handballing to Harris again. Whittaker will be the target. Kick inside was
Great
perfect
kick
to Smith. Fantastic kick from Eva Harris. And Taylor Smith's got a chance for number 2.
They've done that all day, Crocs, is that they keep putting the ball into that 30-metre gap rather than put pressure on in the goal square, is that they're trying to centre it continuously, and they're getting plenty of possession there. And there's another goal for Crocs.
Great kick from Taylor Smith. She gets 2 in a row, and the Crocs hit the lead for the first time today. 9 minutes gone in the second quarter.
But we did speak about it early on, is that they are slow starters and they've just got to crawl their way back. just happened to be that the scoring end is assisting them with a bit of breeze as it's looking maybe to come back across the ground in towards to the grandstand rather than towards the airport end. So, but great persistence, and as we said, the dam wall broke there before, and for the Crocs to get it back in there, consistent re-entries and then a throw in and being able to control the footy, put it back into that hot spot rather than try to dump kicks in towards goal. They're actually looking for somebody, and they're reaping the rewards.
They are. It's up to the Buffs now. How do they respond? Atkinson will be leading with his girls. They need the next one. A holding free kick here will go the way of Donnie Non. She's got the clearance. Buffs get something moving here. Down forward. Kick to a pack again. I'd love to just see an easy kick and just gain a bit of disposal as Crocs will get a free kick on the back flank here to Lauren Coghill, who does link with disposal. She finds Brooker. The Buffs could probably take a lead out of the Crocs book. That's going to be 50 metres.
Oh, I'm not saying anything.
But probably playing on your thing. She definitely stepped off her line there.
Oh, if there's anything in that, that's about 25, so that's okay.
So now the Crocs, another opportunity. Buffs defenders have got to be alert here. The kick will fall short, or did it just edge over
Touched.
the top? No. Thought for a second that Crocs had another, but Buffs just getting fingers to it, holding on by the skin of their teeth at the moment as they kick out to Barker, looking for their star player there. She'll get it back off Twaddle, then spun off her, but she's going to kick to nothing. The umpire paying a dump free kick, luckily to Barker, who will get it back.
Oh. It could have been 50 as well.
Sloppy return. It's away with it. It's Barker. Go down the line here. They get something moving here, the Buffs. Picking up was Shaw, was tackled. Handball back. They've always got that extra handball, the Crocs, as they go towards the boundary line, but the pressure keeps it down on the full. Their pressure is still up here, the Buffs. It's just that link-up play, Paul, those one or two disposals, continuing to get their hands on the footy. Most of it this quarter's been with the Crocs.
They're not really moving. They're just kicking to packs like they did earlier before. They kicked it out towards centre half forward, and it was a 2-on-2. So there was nobody really making any effort to create an overlap or a loose player or to move any further than here. Just put my hand up and kick it, put it on my head. So they need to move a little bit more. Chris Atkinson probably needs to be on that.
Yeah, you're right. We've seen the Crocs do that. Every time they've got a free kick or a mark, they've looked for the short target. Buffs haven't done that, especially in this second quarter. Watkins putting her head over it, winning a hard ball to Barker, who kicked forward, but again, there's nothing down the line. They're all sucked into the contest and allowed the Crocs just to switch the play. Grady mucked up the bounce, but kicked it forward. Big contest to win coming across there was Corbett. Did well to win it forward for her side. There's going to be another big contest. Leading was Crawford Ford. Kicking over the top there of Ward. Crocs will get it inside 50. Smith. Numbers with the Buffs as they reload and go to the far side. Wills. Mark in the middle of the ground. Needs to find a short one here.
Oh, no.
She came off the side of the boot. Harris. Chance inside. Player leading at her now. Coming at the footy will be Gee. Oh, just over the top there. Paul, they just can't connect it. Campbell.
Great tackle.
Gee with the pressure. Chibo go back and get it. A good contest with Campbell again. Soccering towards the boundary line and we'll get a throw in. Big few moments there.
Oh, that's a coach killer, that kicking across the ground. You could see what she was trying to do, but she was probably 2 steps too late in making the kick, and of all people to come across, it was Eva Harris slid in, takes the intercept mark, but the other problem was the Crocs didn't have anybody that deep for them.
She had the right idea. Caitlin Wills was looking for the short one that they've been pleading for, the Buffs, but just came off the side of that boot. They'll get away with it though, however, as Macrolos goes down the line. Strong mark there. That's what they need from Rankin. She connected. Love it. to go short. Instead, it goes over the top of Watkins, and it's another contest that the Crocs will win. They work it out by hands. Barker trying to make an impact in and under. Kick, hurried forward. Always got to play it back there, the Crocs. Ward. Look for Old House. Bouncing over the top here. Old House.
She's got a runner here.
Good opportunity now for Watkins. Can the ball sit for her? Will bounce out in front. Watkins to the pocket. Looks at goal and
She's
misses.
missed that.
Had more time than what she thought. Paul could have run into the open goal.
Oh. They're perfect. They did it really well. Molly Oldhouse, I think, was having a bit of a spell out there on the 50-metre arc, and the turnover there that Grant picked up and bombed it back down there and found Molly pretty much straight away, and then had that runner. But unfortunately, a little bit lazy on it. Turns the ball back over and gives it back to Districts.
It was a good build-up from the Buffs. They beat that spare back that the Crocs have. Watkins needed to put that through, you'd think, because the Crocs are going to come back at you hard. Bouncing over the top now. Maboy will do well to win the contest and put it back forward now. Looking for Barker, who reaches out and marks it. Got plenty inside. Can she find one now?
That's
looking
better.
for a target. Perfect play from the Buffs. Amy Ward.
That was better then. Barker was really good then. She lowered the eyes, which is exactly what you want to see. You don't want to have dump kicks going into your forward line. It just doesn't give your teammates any opportunity. It's like throwing them a hot pie, Lockie. It's not going to end well, is it?
No, it's not. Amy Ward.
No, and that's not ended well either.
Always knew that distance was going to challenge her. Barker did well. It certainly wasn't a mark.
It's just pressure. That's what they've got to do. That's some forward pressure to try and keep the ball in there. Create errors, but there's 3 loose crocodiles.
Yeah, they just look a little bit fitter here, the Crocs. A few Buffs girls just trailing the play. Harris will go across. Twaddle, she so often is.
Needed the overlap.
Go down the line, perfect kick. She's a great user of the footy, Kate Twaddle. Finds Whittaker. This kick here has troubled the Crocs. Smith changes the angles, and she's got players in the pocket if she wants to go there. Finds one over the top, reaching out was Roth. Couldn't quite get it, got the handball back to Harris. She won't miss this, Harris. Looks for goal, and I'll put it on her, she does. That's her spot. She might have won a free kick for downfield, however.
She has too. She has too. That was great play then. That was Roth that just continued moving forward. It was probably 3 opportunities there for her to get possession, and she kept pushing forward and was managed to get an overlap disposal there. So great play by her.
What a build-up from the Crocs. They were able to build it up on the far wide half-back flank, moved it into the ground and then put it inside 50. Picture-perfect build-up. And it needs to be topped off here by Eva Harris.
Let's get 2 opportunities at the same spot. Right-hand post. That'll do.
Said she wouldn't miss it. She doesn't. Puts it through Eva Harris. The Crocs get another one. They bounce out to an 8-point lead right on the stroke of half-time. Eva Harris gets her first of the day, 15th of the year. She's in 3rd position of the leading goal scorers in the Women's Premier League, and showing it there. She's a beautiful kick for goal. It's a half-time siren sounds, and it is the Crocs who kicked 3 goals, Paul, in this second quarter, and asserted their dominance over the Buffs.
They certainly did, and the scoring into the ground as we had a little bit of a wind change there at the same time. But Buffalo's won inside 50 for the quarter, Lockie. I mean, they only had 5 in the first quarter, were able to kick 3 goals, and 1 opportunity which was out of the goal square, which they missed. So they could well rue that opportunity. If they'd have kicked that goal, she would have been back to level. So the Buffs defended really well in the first quarter, and they probably let their guard down in that second quarter at the scoring end of the ground. So a little bit disappointing, Chris Atkinson, but they're still in it. It's a half-time break. 4-2-26 to 3-1-19. You've been watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live here on NT News and Community TV. We'll be back with the second half of Darwin Buffalo's Southern District's Women's Premier League Round 14 clash shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
To look there,
God, Kaz has a lot of memories.
I come here every day for 20 years, 7 days a week.
As a teenager, we didn't have Facebook. Kaz was the meeting spot.
There would be many first dates that have walked this hall.
First kisses, first jobs.
So I had my first job here. Kaz Square is just iconic Darwin.
For me, it is the paradise on earth.
Your Kaz.
Your way.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to AFL NT's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 14 clash here at TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country, where Southern Districts hold a slender 7-point lead over Darwin Buffaloes in the Round 14 clash here. Lockie, Humphrey is with me today. Oh, interesting first half, Lockie, if anything.
Yeah, it was. The Buffs led by 11 points at quarter time. Crocs kicked away, kicking 3 goals in that second quarter to lead by 7. Buffs only managing 1 behind in the second quarter, and not a lot of chances inside 50 either, Paul. They're going to have to take advantage of the opportunities that they get in this second half. As you said, it's all to play for here. 4th and 5th on the ladder, both with 5 wins and 5 losses each.
7 inside 50s for Southern Districts for 3 goals. 1 inside 50 for Darwin Buffaloes in the second quarter for that point, which they may well rue that was missed out of the goal square. So, second half underway.
Connie on, got the clearance. Bounced off a few. Another kick forward. Will dribble. Not far. Good tackle coming from behind there. That's not a push in the back, but it's been paid. Macross giving it away. Thought that was just a fair play on the footy. Crocs will get disposal. And they've done well doing this, just sharing it around Forsyth. Not taking the difficult one, retaining possession and making the Buffs defend. Forsyth now will go in the twaddle direction. Playing in front again, slapping forward there was Abbott McCormack. Got it towards Barco. It was a fantastic handball back to Abbott McCormack, who put it forward, and a nice mark out the back from Rankin. She's coming into the game, finds Oldhouse, perfect spot for her. She'll take the play, run on. Came off the instep of the boot and dribbled out of bounds. She'll be disappointed with that. That's her spot.
She had a runner in ward as well, Lockie. Probably had the opportunity to palm off to her, but you know what happens when you're inside 50 and you can kick them? You want to have a crack yourself, and unfortunately, I think she was sort of maybe in 2 minds there as to what to do with it, but it's only out of bounds, so they haven't really lost it. She'll take it out of the ruck tap out now and has a shot for goal, but she's missed another one.
So difficult 2 or so minutes. You always knew Oldhouse is going to try to take it out of the ruck. She loves to do that, especially when it's a shallow throw in inside 50. And Paul, she probably could have had 2 in a minute. Instead, it's just 1 behind of the Buffs.
Well, the ball's still inside their in their inside 50, so they can be lucky for that.
Nice mark there from Grant. Has Oldhouse on short again. If she wants to go there, she will.
She's gone.
Oldhouse will come at the footy and take a contested mark.
She was there for an eternity as well. That's poor defence by Crocs. They should have really had somebody on her. 2 Nichols medals. Well, it's not called a Nichols medal anymore in the women's program, but she's won 2 NTFL Women's Premier League best and fairest. So she's not a bad player. To be left standing inside 50 by herself is sacrilege.
She's a gun, Molly Oldhouse. Can she make the most of this opportunity? Right to the tee, the goal, but soccering through. Half volley style.
Touched.
No.
Touched.
That was a goal. Liz Watkins touched off the boot, trying to look for a second soccer off the ground. That would have been remarkable.
There would have been. Sorry to dampen your enthusiasm there, Lockie.
Umpires right there on the goal line had the best view. Another behind of the Buffs, but they're coming hard here at the start of this third quarter. Shaw running off quickly. Find one down the line. Boyd, they'll try to get him on the break here as they look for Twaddle over the top. She'll mark and does well.
They've got an overlap. They've got a couple of loose here, Districts. They're moving.
As Forsyth elects to go inside. Dangerous kick. Picked off. Gennaro Grant now. Buffs looking hot if it can get out the back. It does now to Amy Ward, who wastes no time. She'll play on, bounce through the middle. Got plenty of options. Got Watkins and Oldhouse. Just ended up tripping over the ball. Costly error. They'll get it out, but the Buffs are looking dangerous here as it bounces in front of Gonion. She'll try to fall on top of it. Barker with a nice tackle now. It'll be a ball up, but Ward had so many options. Just fumbled at the wrong time, Paul.
Yeah, it's maybe capabilities and ambitions maybe a little bit mixed up there with a second bounce. Usually if you take one and it comes back to you, you want to get rid of it.
Barker, bit eager.
Not quite. There's obviously no talk. She had Molly Oldhouse standing beside her, so there wasn't a great deal of talk out there. Districts are broken away on the other side of the ground now, but they don't have anybody really to kick it to apart from a one-on-one.
Yeah, it's Smith. Leads hard. Runs her measure towards the 50. Going through was Kerenua. They're beating him on the break though, the Crocs. If they can switch the play at half back, it's gotten them a lot of territory today. Kick out in front. Macrolos is there. One really wanted the footy in the end. The umpire will probably have it back, you'd imagine, on the far side. So 5 minutes gone in this third quarter. The Buffs with the 2 singular behinds and the Crocs yet to score.
They switched the play there, the Crocs across the other side of the ground, but as we just saw the players pushing over towards this contest, there were still 4 or 5 Croc players on the grandstand side of the ground where they'd push the ball across to the old scoreboard side. So they weren't quite switched on enough to push numbers across to hold that ball in there.
See now, just setting up at the bottom of your screen is Isabella Boyd. She'll be picked up now and get another stoppage. But all the numbers pushed to one half of the ground, so whichever team's brave enough to switch the play is going to reap the rewards as we see another free kick. This time looked like it slipped high, so the Crocs getting the way of the whistle you'd imagine today so far. I'll get it half back. Bit shaken up was Maddie Shaw, but she's able to go short. Buffaloes have been able to flood back numbers. As nice contested mark out in front coming from Roth.
She was there for an eon waiting for that.
Kick inside was poor. She'll try to go back and mop up. The Buffs couldn't get a clean kick away. Smith kicking forward. This will challenge with the bounce, and eventually it goes out of bounds. Will it be Lassou? No, the umpire electing to throw that one back into play.
Was it classed as an inside 50 then?
Would have said so, Paul, but the umpire it may have been. So just a moment for both sides to get their breath. Barker running out of the stoppage. Handball only as far as Smith. Good Shepherd coming from behind, so the Crocs will swoop on it, put it inside 50. Numbers back there, though, again. Corbett, can she be brave enough? Switch the play. There's no numbers there, so she has to kick down the line. It's a 2-on-1 in the favour of the Crocs. The Buffs will get it off hands now, and now they can go through the middle. This kick will go up towards Watkins. Big contest to win here as it bounces in front of her, tapping forward. All the numbers, though, with Southern Districts. They'll run away and kick straight through the middle of the ground. Contest, Slawinski did well, bounced off her, Twaddle, got the handball over the top now. Big ball to win in the middle. Let's get it forward. Kerenua bouncing out towards the boundary. They'll want this one to stay in the Buffs, but it won't. We'll get a Lassou way of Southern Districts.
It's a bit unjust. She did very well there on a 2-on-1 situation to be able to trap the ball and then get the clearance, but unfortunately she's handed it back to Crocs.
Isabella McLean has Harris coming at her. They need defenders there, but once again, Isabella Boyd's able to take a strong mark. Certainly led the contested marking department today. The Crocs, Old House, everywhere in this third quarter. She's wrapped up and taken high.
We'd have to jump up to do that.
She's tough one to get high, Molly Oldhouse. She found Barker, who ran off and went through the middle. They're brave now, the Buffs, going through the centre of TIO Stadium. Watkins looked to arch the back. She's got nothing to kick to forward, and probably should have just kept running, Paul.
Yeah, hey, I look forward. It was nearly a 3-on-1 contest, and she kicked it straight to the District's players, but there's a turnover here, and then this is Buffalo's coming back inside 50 now, having a kicking long into an empty goal square.
Lucky bounce there for Abbott McCormack. She's got players over the top, tries to find the right, got around, found her spot, and
Oh, it's hit
kicked
the
it
post.
behind. The Buffs just can't put it through.
They can't buy one, can they?
Nah. 3 behinds in this third quarter. Crocs yet to score. And that might decide who wins this game, is who can kick truly and make the most of their opportunities. Bouncing out towards Zoe. Janara Grant will get the footy back and look for Ward and finds her. This is the opportunity they need to make the most of. Amy Ward here. Easy shot at goal, you'd think.
Well, you'd think, but they've missed everything so far. It's a challenge. It's a one-step kick, and she's kicked it straight to the opposition. Hasn't ever made the distance, Lockie.
Bounces short. And the Crocs will run away. That could be a telling point.
Great tackle.
Atkins's women. It's got to be holding the footy, you'd think. It isn't. Crocs will continue down the line, almost picking off. Getting it back there was my boy. Found the handball up. Buffaloes winning the big contest at the moment. Just can't get their numbers to the fall of the ball. Running off well. Whittaker, fantastic handball to Smith. She will put it out in the direction of Harris now. Dangerous times. Eva Harris will run forward. She'll look for her measure. Always has the goals on her mind. Harris to the teeth and another behind. So 10 minutes gone. Either side yet to score a goal.
Geez, some wasted opportunities out there, Lockie, isn't there? I mean, the Ward kick out 15 metres out. I mean, if her teammates knew that she wasn't that powerful at it, they should have had somebody around her. Take a quick handball. And District's a little bit the same, running into an open goal there. They probably should have steadied. She probably should have taken a couple of bounces and drew the opposition towards her. Free kick. District's way.
Crocs get it back. Smith looking for Harris. 2-on-1. Old House came strong. Still desperate times. Old House just threw it on the boot. Got it as far away as she could. It'll be momentarily.
Oh, good work.
Watkins headlined the footy and then got around a few. Now finds a handball. She's got to be careful though. Well done from Martins. Ducked and dove off her opponent. Kicked in a go far. Got her own footy. Handball went up now. Ward's back there, but Crocs defend again. Martins looking for a third effort. Did well with the pressure on. Atkinson will be pleased with the pressure from the Buffs. This is a contested game. It's gone up a notch here, Paul, in the third quarter. Bouncing out here towards Lachetti. Goes down the line here, all to play for, and the Buffs will just want to take a second to reload.
Geez, they've been good defensively, Buffs, haven't they? They've just managed to get in the right spot at the right time, but and the Districts are helping them out a bit. Their inaccuracy kicking into inside 50 is not good from a stop-start. It's better when they're on the move.
Good mark there from Whittaker.
Going to the rib cage, I think.
She's going to take a second. Certainly, the game is in the balance here. It's for the taking. Old House and potentially both teams' season is depending on this next 20 minutes or so of footy. Free kick in the middle for the Buffs. Whittaker's still sore. Might get a little break. So where did Darwin go? A look for it wide. Whittaker have to overcome that soreness quickly. Picks it up now. Goes left. Finds a handball to Lachetti. Who looks in the middle of the ground. They've been good at that kick, but all of a sudden the Buffaloes are turning it over and going forward. Nobody's back there again, though. Defending so well, Paul, but means that their numbers are flooding back. There's not much to kick to down the line.
Well, they just become dump kicks once they get it out because they don't really have an option. With Molly pushing down as virtually a loose defender, they've not really got an option up forward. And when they do get it up forward, is that they're not making the most of their opportunities by either hitting the post or not even making the distance. So as they've got massive numbers here behind the ball, Molly clears the ball back out again.
Did well with a handball, Old House. The umpire's going to find a free kick in here.
Downfield. You see, they just don't have anybody moving, Buffaloes. They're all standing still.
A massive kick will go down the line now. Big contest to win here. Going back is Abbott McCormack. Can she get the ball? Picks up cleanly. Takes a bounce, Abbott McCormack, but she's run down. Can you believe that? Ward's still there. Snaps on the right. Can she put this one through? She can. Beautiful goal for the Buffs. It worked out in the end, and they hit the lead in the third quarter.
Well, against the flow of play there too, Lockie, is the Districts had all the footy, but they just kept kicking it back to Darwin Buffalo's defenders. But when they broke that line, that was the key. And getting that downfield free kick was what they required, and they created a loose. Abbott McCormack has been good down there about getting possession of the ball, but then once again, maybe her ambitions to stream into an open goal got the better of her, and she got mowed down, which they've been holding the ball and dropping the ball all morning. Sorry,
she was lucky to get away with that one.
But Ward just happened to be in the right spot and has kicked the goal, so that's made up for the one that she didn't make the distance for earlier. So it's back to a 1-point game.
Yeah, she made the most of that opportunity, and the Buffs get their first goal since the end of the first quarter, and it is a timely one. They hit the lead again. A seesawing game. You knew something had to break, and what a last quarter we've got on our hands here, Paul. Amy Ward.
Certainly will be. Is that the pressure is going to be massively released based on the winner of this. As you stated earlier, Buffalo's probably run home is probably a little bit more daunting than what Districts may well be. But it's all about player management and team management from this point on, who they bring in, who they play up. It comes down to tin tacks.
So back into the middle, line ball. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Massive moments. Both teams. Finals repercussions on the line, you would think. Old House got the hit out. Crocs will run forward. Barker, hands and knees sort of stuff. Force a handball up. That was holding the footy. More like incorrect disposal, but you'll take it either way here, Charlie Neal. Kicking forward. Scarlett Young. So where can Young go? His connecting kick just hasn't worked as much today. It's because of the Buffs defenders always getting a hand in there. Trickles out towards Forsyth, who got the handball up. There's Sassy there, a double blues as they weed through here. Chance for Eva Harris now. The quick reply here for the Crocs. Eva Harris puts it through, gets goal number 2, and the Crocs hit the lead again.
Well, they didn't muck around there like he did, though. It was straight through, clearance, a couple of possessions. They moved the ball forward as quickly as they possibly could. And Eva Harris, she just had to be that extra 10 or 15 metres closer to goal, didn't she, to be able to make the distance and change that scoreline back to a 5-point buffer to Southern Districts. So very quick reaction there. Buffalo's probably thought they've done all the hard work. And once again, they've given a goal away in the last minute and a half of the quarter. So that's going to hurt them.
It has. That's the Crocs. First goal of the third quarter. Eva Harris. What a star she is. They hit the lead again. A seesawing third quarter. Sets it up perfectly. Old House. Another hit out. Barker just manhandling her opponent. She's done that all day.
It's just taken Smythe back out of the ruck and put Neil in. I mean, she's just won that tap out there because Smythe's been instrumental in that process of getting access out of the centre of the ground. So they might be giving her a spell for the last quarter.
Yeah, Old House had to move from down back to do the ruck duties, and they missed her in that last passage down back. Not missing her there as she shoos it forward. Not much time left. If the Buffs could get one late here, bouncing off hands, can she pick it up cleanly? Just got it up to Ward, who was tackled. Quick kick will have to come out. It didn't go far. Time might beat the Buffs as it's kicked out by Boyd. Didn't go far here. Sitting on the chest of Gonion, who will be beaten by the siren. And what a last quarter we've got coming up, Paul. 5 points in at the Crocs lead.
Well, what a bit of a seesawing quarter there. Districts had all the footy. They managed to get a late one after repeat inside 50s. But once again, Buffalo's in that middle part of the quarter were able to control the footy, had a couple of shots on goal. They've hit the post. They missed one from about 15 metres out. Molly Elthouse had 2 or 3 cracks at it and still wasn't able to put a score on the board. But then they grabbed a lead with about 3 or 4 minutes to go before Eva Harris took that back again. So 5-point difference here, 5-3-33. The Southern Districts Crocodiles to Darwin Buffaloes 4-4-28s. Excitement is building for the NTFL Representative All-Star Saturday at TIO Stadium on January 24. Both men's and women's programs will be involved with local sides, the Heat taking on the Spears in both the men's and women's programs. Remember that, January 24. Look out for the teams to be advertised or displayed on Monday, announced on Monday. You've been watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live here on NT News and Community TV. We'll be back for the last quarter shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Round 14 clash here at TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country. Darwin Buffaloes and Southern Districts Women's Premier League, and we've got a 5-point buffer to Southern Districts in what is going to be virtually the battle for fourth spot. Lockie Humphrey is with me today. Lockie, the first 3 quarters have been a little bit of a roller coaster, haven't they?
Yeah, fantastic game of footy so far. Buffs led by 11 at quarter time. Crocs led by 7 at half time. They now hold only a 5-point lead in to the last break. Massive slap forward here by Abbott McCormack. Crocs will get the footy back. Yeah, big last quarter here, Paul.
Massive, massive. Abbott McCormack going into the ruck is massive as well. That probably means that Molly Outhouse has gone to the goal square, is she, or she's having a rest?
She's gone forward, I think, Paul, which is an interesting move because she was so instrumental down back, but Chrissy Atkinson electing to go with the attacking look in this last quarter as Smith hooks around. Bouncing footy.
Here we go.
Great bounce for Whittaker. Can it sit for her now? Harris on the right. Timely smother from the Buffs. And they get away with one early, but they're going to have to continue to defend as it's tackled in the pocket. The umpire letting it go, and they'll run away. This kick just getting over the top. Roth weaved right and then kicked it out on the full. So the Buffs just get away with Whittaker.
There's good pressure from Kiranua there. She was just about out, Roth. She was going to bang that back straight back in.
So yeah, Atkinson electing to attack. This one goes Twaddle, Forsyth running away as she's accustomed to, kicks inside and finds the chest of Grace Whittaker, who can go back and give the Crocs a perfect start in this last quarter.
She's been good today, Forsyth. I reckon every time she's touched the ball, something's good has come out of it. So her percentage, her consistency has been really good, but her accuracy and her percentages of teaming up, getting it to a teammate has been sensational today. She's been their rock.
So Jeneke back to the side. Can she kick her second? She does.
She's pretty happy about that. Nearly the double cobra there, Lockie. She's very happy with that. She was 30 metres out, but they were a little bit too loose then, the Buffalo's defence, and they've been really good for the first 3 quarters, but they just sort of let that one, let themselves down there, not being, not manning up, being a bit more defensive the way that they should have been.
Yeah, you're right. You've always got to be alert for that short one, and the Buffs weren't. They've defended so well, but the margin's out to 11 points, and it's a good, handy buffer for the Crocs. They got run over the top of last week against Pint. Hoping to change that tune. Back into the middle of the ground. Abbott McCormack again. Bark will have other ideas. She bounces off a tackle and puts it inside 50 now. They'll be looking for a mark here as it goes into the pocket. Just bouncing off the chest. Still a chance here as it goes towards Grant. She fell over, but not taken.
Ooh.
Holding the man. So, Janara Grant, the youngster.
This is where I was going to say is that you probably should have a runner, but Indy Barker's just coming off the ground. She would have been the ideal one to run off her.
To Grant, can it slide?
That's a goal.
Back?
What a
Janara
goal.
Grant, yes! Kicks her second, and the Buffs with a quick reply. What a goal from Janara Grant when they needed it the most, the Buffs.
Well, she put her head over the footy, Lockie, which is what every coach wants your player to be able to do, to be able to draw that free kick, and that's exactly what she did. I was thinking it might have been outside her distance, but the breeze sort of dropped off a little bit. But yeah, she went left-hand goalpost, and it sort of swung back around a little bit. So, and a great kick for goal. It's made it back to 5 points. Very interesting process from this point onwards.
Fantastic goal from Janara Grant. Worked it back with the wind, and the youngster gets her second. Only the 7 Premier League games this season. She's kicked 9 goals. Lots of under-17s footy. She's making her mark here for the Buffs. It's a 5-point margin again. All to play for. Ball out in the middle. You'd think that they would love Barker out there right now, Paul. Interesting to take her off. But Slawinski will run through. Can pick it up now. Gives the handball back. Offers the Shepherd. Did well there. Gonion will go down the line. Crocs with the numbers. Bouncing out the back. Old House dangerous. She picks up cleanly. Gives the handball off now to Watkins. In the pocket. Watkins sizes them up. Can she go for home?
To go.
Watkins, you beauty.
Well, that was just the pressure that they put on from that centre clearance. Buffalo's did is that they had numbers around the footy, and then they spread, and then they put it out in front of Molly Outhouse. Like, she hasn't lost anything over the years, so she still puts on that little bit of a turn of speed, and the big body is able to disperse with her opposition and took the ball. Great handball too. I mean, anybody else probably would have thrown that one on the boot and had to try to get a little bit of glory out of that, but she had the option in Watkins, who was standing there, who'd already kicked one for the day and is now posted her second.
Yeah, double for Liz Watkins. What a finish. What a game we've got here. Sized him up from the pocket. Ice in her veins as the Buffs hit the lead again. Seesawing affair. Barker back in the middle. How do the Crocs respond now? Handball up. Wills got smashed. Slawinski got it forward. Bouncing footy. Finds the chest too. Being good Slawinski in the last minute or so. Found Nicklin. Now the Crocs have to defend. Kicking up the line. Bouncing off hands. Bit of pressure again. Slawinski in and under. Did she drag that in? The umpire said yes. Holding the footy.
They need to be quick here. They've spread. They want to push to the outside of it, and they have. They've got massive numbers.
They do. They've got them on the far side a few times today. Isabella Boyd will run for her life as she picks up the footy now. Time to steady and go inside 50. Whittaker bounced over the top of her. Well done by Keranua. Still got to continue. Can she get boot to ball? Just handballed it out. Pressure not done with yet. Got a soccer in there. Smith will put it back in. Harris will be looking to grab this one. Harris, yes.
Well, she's the leading forward. Virtually been there all day. Is that she's been options, and every time the ball has gone to her, she's done something with it. She's kicked a goal earlier, but she's been very, very busy in and around that 40 to 50 metre mark. Whether or not she's got the distance in and out, she's got a little bit of breeze, probably across the body. Probably needs to go left-hand post.
Eva Harris goes across, and it is a behind, so it is 40 apiece here. 6 minutes gone into the fourth quarter.
Yes, they needed to get somebody at the fall of the ball there. It was a 2-on-2. If they'd outnumbered their districts, they could have been an opportunity.
So this will go short to my boy. She's got numbers down the line too. We need to get over the top though. Harris will pick it off, and she's got players leading at her. Can she find one of them now? Trying to get back, not
Great
quick
kick.
enough.
What a kick.
Eva Harris.
That's just perfectly weighted, wasn't it? Here you can kick over the top of one and in between the next. She knew what she was doing.
Now Grace Whittaker had a few chances today. Hasn't been able to put any of them on the board, but
I'm thinking left-hand post again, Rocky.
you'd think so, Paul. Can she put it through?
That'll do.
And put Southern Districts back in front in the fourth quarter. Grace Whittaker does just that.
Well, it was just the perseverance, wasn't it? Districts is that they got that the free kick at centre half back, and they switched the ball to the other side of the ground. And once they got it inside 50, they just virtually held it in there, and they got a couple of repeat entries until Eva Harris, who's been a star today. She's probably the district's best player by far. Been able to get the ball and a little bit the same as what's. Emma Forsyth has been today, is that every time they touch the ball, they do something with it.
So the Crocs hit the lead. They get the second of the quarter. Grace Whittaker kicks truly. This one is going right down to the wire. Oldhouse lost the tap. Crocs win the clearance again now. Can the Buffs find another gear? Twaddle, big contest out on the half-forward flank here. Barker will go in hard. Winning the ball was Forsyth and flicking it out now to Brooker. She goes inside looking for Smith. She's kicked two already today. Not clean with the footy and got run over the top of. Umpire will take it back. We'll get a ball up.
That's Forsyth again. The kick probably wasn't her best, but is giving them plenty of opportunity. It's inside 50.
Oldhouse shrugging off. Almost tackled, got the kick away. Big mark to be taken. Dropped it at the wrong time. Massive tackle coming from the back there. Umpires paid it too. Slawinski will get it against Shaw. The Buffs, can they find another gear here? Both teams 5 and 5 on the year, 4th and 5th respectively on the ladders. Slawinski goes to a 4-on-1 here. Numbers favouring the Crocs, but a good contest win there from Abbott McCormack. Kicks forward now, 1-on-1 inside. Watkins again, bouncing off hands here. Massive contest to be won. Watkins tried to get rid of her, which she held on to. Good pickup coming from the back there. Still a chance here if they can get it forward. Slapping desperately. Barker tried to find the right and got the handball off here. Barker still going to the pocket. Barker, she goes for goal, but the numbers will be with the Crocs, and they'll get away with the pull though.
Oh,
Watkins ran it down.
Play on's a call.
Snap on goal.
That's a
Got
goal.
it. Buffs draw it level again through a fantastic Gennaro Grant goal. And it's 46 apiece.
Well, it was all Buffaloes then, wasn't it? They pushed the ball forward. And Indy Barker, sensational. It got a double effort there. Snapshot for goal, fell short to a 2-on-1. But then the ball came out. But what a great tackle. What a great tackle. The ball slipped forward. And Gennaro Grant, who's been in the right spot at the right time, has kicked 3 goals for the day. That's a small forward. That's Chris Atkinson will be doing backflips, knowing that he's got a small forward like that who can get in the right spot all the time and be able to kick goals in what has been, well, it was 7 goals, 4 apiece. It could well be the difference.
Liz Watkins just didn't give up there. She kept pushing forward, got the tackle, and Grant reaped the rewards. 7 minutes to go. Old House in the middle. It doesn't get tighter than this.
Now, what happens if it's a draw?
It just makes it all closer, Paul.
It does. Then it becomes 6 points buffer. Oh, that's not good at all.
Oh, good for your Wanderers girls here. Barker streaming out of the middle. Handball didn't go far. Another timely tackle from Shaw out the back here. Every contest is massive as it goes to the far side, and we'll get a ball up.
I think all the Jets are on, mate. They've got the best of everybody's in on that around that footy at the moment. It's going to take a Herculean effort by either side.
Yeah, who wants it more now? It's all just Will. That's a holding the footy. Another great tackle from the back. So the Buffs have got the footy. Teammates asking her to slow down, but they want the win as it bounces out towards a contest. Handball up. Barker's back there. Another timely tackle. So 46 apiece. 6 minutes to go. Both sides. 5 and 5.
Well, we knew it was going to be a good game. Well, like we said that before we started. That they were as even as they could be, both sides. Districts recruited really well at the start of the year and started the year well. Sort of fell in a bit of a hole over the last couple of weeks, and with last week's dropping that game to Pint, which they probably should have won. And now it's virtually come down to a do or die for the last 3 or 4 games. And as they go forward,
They do, bouncing off hands. On the seam was my boy. She dribbles it out now. Noble Webster will have to be brave. And now a chance
He's got
for
a
the
loose
Crocs.
here.
They've got Kate Twaddle. Will she play on? No, she'll take her time, Kate Twaddle. And she'll take the moment. Crocs have just got to be careful to play
look at the
short.
Crocs, they're all over the place. There's two loose players there that she probably could have had an option to go to.
So Kate Twaddle.
They're looking very deliberate.
Biggest kick of the day now. She's 30 metres out, directly in front. Can she extend? She does. It's a point. Keeps it interesting. And the Crocs now will be forced to defend a Buffs onslaught.
Well, they've just got to keep it in now, Crocs. You've got to push all their numbers down. They've got to loose right at the very last defensive line, which means Buffaloes have got to loose somewhere. They'd be better off pushing everybody onto the footy.
They give it out to Old House, who just throws off a girl next to her and then picks it up, sells her candy. Well done from Old House. Gets her girls going as they've got time now through Rankin. She goes forward. Crawford will sit back there, drop the mark. Pressure on her. Handball came out. Numbers around the footy here for the Buffs. Can they just continue to move it? Stoppage wouldn't be a bad result for them. Tackle came out the back. The umpire's seen a ball up now. And we'll get a stoppage on the far side.
3.5 minutes, Lockie. 3.5 minutes. Both coaches will be ripping their hair out by now, I'd say.
A short 6-day break for the Buffs, a long one A long 7-day break for the Crocs. How much is that going to play in the next 3 minutes as it bounces over? Watkins, can she make another impact? Just bounced off her. Numbers through the middle with the Crocs. Harris hasn't dropped any today. That was a bad time to do it. Handball out. Watkins will come in hard again. Went the footy. Did well. Contest again and a good stoppage, but a high contact will go the way of the Buffs.
I was going to say that the only thing that we probably need to happen right now is the whistles to be put in the back pockets.
Gonion goes in forward. Who's going to stand up with the mark here?
That's Abbott McCormick.
What a mark from Abbott McCormack. There hasn't been many contested today, but if ever they needed one, she stands up, and what a kick this is, Paul.
Well, she had a couple of opportunities from in close, and she's been good today, but this is going to be, this is what she could be remembered by at the end of the game. And when we're down inside 2.5 minutes, it's a point to Southern Districts, depending on what happens here, as it looks as though it's going to fall short.
Has it bounced through it? Umpired has! Can you believe that? Abbott McCormack puts the Buffs in front with 2 minutes to go. No one on the line, and it just trickled through for a Buffs lead.
Well, that's poor. I mean, I'd take nothing away from Abbott McCormack and the fact that she's just made the distance from about 45 metres out. But District's not standing on the last line of defence, and we're in the last 2 minutes. And it cost Buffaloes 2 goals at the end of the second and third quarter because they weren't on playing red time in the last couple of minutes. And now Districts have done this, which could cost them. When they need a clearance and obviously a score, which has got to be a goal, and they've got 1.5 minutes to do it, Lockie.
It doesn't matter how you get them. Ebony Abbott McCormack could be the game winner. What have the Crocs got late? The stoppage came. Desperate tackle, bouncing out now. Trying to get it was Coghill. Could get it moving forward now. Kick goes in the direction. They're not leading here. Smith will trail. Doesn't get there in time. Soaking it up here are the Buffs. Goes out wide. Who's going to stand up? The handball goes in. Next kick going forward, but a nice mark there, you'd think. The umpire said no, and he'll have it back, so a stoppage. Everything needs to go right here for Southern Districts. 5 points is the margin. What a game of footy we've seen. Bouncing out. Nobody's going to be able to be clean. They've got to flood numbers back here. Watkins going behind the ball. They've got 2 spares here, the Buffs, so any quick kick. Oldhouse getting it down. Crocs, what have they got? Grant, she's been fantastic. She's kicked 3. She might have been taken in the back. She was held on 2. And that could be all she wrote, Gennaro Grant.
That's it. That's it. What an effort by Buffaloes.
What a final quarter it's been. 4 goals from the Buffs. 2 from the Crocs. The Buffs were down by 11 points. That's a holding the ball free kick. You wouldn't think it mattered. They were down by 11 points at 3/4 time, but Chris Atkinson rallied the girls, and they're going to come up with a season-changing win. The Darwin Buffaloes run over the top of the Crocs, and Ebony Abbott McCormack is the hero. They win by 5 points in a thriller, Paul.
Well, what a great last quarter from Buffaloes. I mean, they'd kicked 4 goals in 3 quarters, and then they've kicked 4 goals in the last. What a sensational effort. But you're right there, Ebony Abbott McCormick has taken that contested mark there right on the death knot to put them in front in what was a pretty poor effort from Districts from a defensive perspective. But, I mean, for them to win the quarter like they did, that's sensational. Districts, on the other hand, is that they've let another one slip. They did that last week as well, so they've only made it a little bit more difficult for themselves in relation to what they're doing and where the program goes over the next 3 or 4 games for them. It's going to have a fair bearing on what happens for the rest of the weekend, and then obviously next week they have got a better run home than what Buffalo's had, so they are certainly catchable. It's probably going to depend on what sort of transpires in the next couple of weeks, whether these 2 sides can hang on to 4th and 5th, or whether or not somebody can break in, which at this stage is depending on Waratah's program and obviously Wanderers. It is going to make it very exciting towards the back end of the season, where normally the top 5 is well and truly sorted by Christmas. and it's just a matter of positioning. But a great effort from Buffalo's, as we said, 4 last quarter goals. And sensational effort there by Gennaro Grant as that small forward was in the right spot to kick 3. Districts, look, at the start of the year we were all raving about them. It just goes to show where their depth is, and when they and the territory footy program is pretty much the same with a lot of the sides, who they bring in on a week-by-week basis and how the team plays around it. If you have to depend on the imports, it's probably not ideal. If they make the team a little bit better, it works for them as well. Buffalo's without Dom Carbone is probably in amongst the top 5 women's Premier League players in the competition. Managed to get away with it today with bringing Indy into the team and a few others obviously. So a great win by Buffs. They've survived. They're going to break 4 points clear. So.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. They do, and it might be one that Southern Districts just look back in at the end of the season and go, geez, we hope that we might have needed that one late in the season. Big repercussions, you would think. Gennaro Grant, 3 goals. And you're right, you mentioned her there, India Barker. She was by far the best on ground. Liz Watkins was fantastic, 2 goals. And for the Crocs, Taylor Smith, Eva Harris, Jenna Gee, all with 2. Grace Whitaker, 1 late, but it wasn't enough as the Darwin Buffaloes got home in a thriller. 8-4-52 beat Southern Districts 7-5-47. Stay tuned. What a start it has been to this Saturday in the top end. Plenty more footy coming your way. You've been listening to Lockie Humphrey and Paul Maher. This has been NTFL Footy. Thank you for joining us. Stick around for more footy here in the top end. We'll see you later.